think we really want to kick it off with Isaiah Thomas. Nice tribute. They even mentioned his sister and just the Warriors' heart he had and getting through that time in the Jumbotron. And really just the fans acknowledging him with enormous applause. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
Isaiah has there's a huge piece in Celtics fans' heart for Isaiah Thomas, and I think there was when he was here, there were always questions. There were always his biggest fans were saying, can they get far enough with a guy who's 5'9"? But I think in retrospect, this season really puts into focus how great he was, what he did, how historically unbelievable statistically what his impact was here in Boston, and then never mind that he set the stage for everything. A lot of what has happened here happened because of Isaiah Thomas. Without Isaiah Thomas, there is no Al Horford, there is no Gordon Hayward. Um, there's really no Kyrie Irving in a very direct way without Isaiah Thomas. So take that, but also the way that he played and the way the teams played with him, these Celtics teams in 15, 16, 17, they played with a heart and a passion and a level of execution, frankly, that this team could learn a lot from. And I think perhaps that may be that kind of wistfulness that we have over those last few seasons. He really instilled that and amplified that. And so you see a game like tonight's against the Denver Nuggets, it really brings to mind how great Isaiah's time was here in Boston and what he stood for. And it's just hard to see. Hard to as a Celtics fan, it's hard to see this team with so much potential, but they've been unable to scratch it. Isaiah, 5'0", and what he was able to put together.
Yeah, I mean, just that champion's heart that he has. And he's an inspirational leader for his teammates. It's so sad not to see him playing at just the same high level, just everything that happened to him that year. And, and everything he's had to go through since. It just seemed like that playoff run was that was the last of it, right? And since then, he's just had a really tough go, and it all kicked off then. For any human being, I think it would be really tough not to be bitter, but yet he just kind of keeps going on and he keeps fighting, and it's pretty amazing. And that's the champion or that warrior's heart that he's had the entire time he was here. The underdog. What might take just about anybody else in the world down. Really just a complete precipitous drop off of his career, dealing with injuries, dealing with the loss of his sister. Those things pile up. And yet, he's still out there and he's still going at it and living every day. And you just can't teach that. You can't, it's something that's just bred into your personality. And you're right. That attitude is definitely lacking on this team. And I don't know if the execution was necessarily led by Isaiah in those years,
No,
like you talked about,
right.
but there's just an attitude. And that's the attitude. We don't like the attitude of the team this year, right? Just in general, nobody likes their attitude. And yet everybody loves Isaiah's attitude. He had the right kind of attitude, and he would say things that a lot of people would probably criticize Kyrie for saying.